Hi, I'm Vanessa Stoykov and welcome to Flourishing After 50. Today, we're going to be talking about something that keeps so many of us up at night, and that's money stress. I've had a reader, Megan, write to me and tell me a story which actually breaks my heart. She's just gotten divorced, and after separation, she's got a lot of credit card debt, she's behind on a mortgage, and she's telling me that she just can't get out of bed at the moment, and the shame of her situation is debilitating. So to help Megan, and for all of us out there that are experiencing money stress, I've invited Chelsea Pottenger into the studio. Chelsea's the founder of EQ Minds, and she's an expert in mental health. So let's break down with Chelsea what Megan's going through right now, physically and mentally, and how we can all use small practical steps to improve our mental health when it comes to money. Chelsea, thanks for joining me. Now, when you're like Megan and you're lying in bed at night, worrying about money and spiraling at that 3 a.m., what's happening to your body and mind?
That's such a common thing, people waking up in the middle of the night and their mind getting really, really busy. And whether it's money stress or any kind of stress, what's happening there is that our limbic brain has kind of hijacked our front part of our rational brain. So what that means is that we've kind of gone offline of any rationality. We're in this moment of catastrophizing or ruminating and thinking about the worst case scenarios. And then the body is actually spiking up your cortisol. You might feel like your heart rate's getting a little bit faster. You could start feeling like you're getting a little bit sweaty in the palms, things like that. So there's a physical reaction going on as well with the body. We get so caught up, right, with these thinking patterns and inside of our mind where they almost feel like they're real.
Yeah, well, it is. Like I call it the abyss. When you're looking in the abyss with money stress, it's like looking at a big black hole that you can't look away from.
Absolutely. It's like the train wreck.
You can't stop looking.
You can't stop thinking about it. So it's almost like we need some really practical things to do in that period of time. And just for people to know, hey, it's pretty normal, right, to wake up from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. and think about things.
Yeah.
And so a really great idea to try or invitation is to have a journal by your bed or a piece of paper is totally fine. Warm lamp, so no bright lights on, no screens off the phone because that's going to, switch the melatonin off so we can't get back to sleep. And then you're just going to journal down like a brain dump. Journal down everything that's going on up in here. You're going to write everything down until you have nothing else to write. So what you're doing there is alleviating the memory center and going, okay, hippocampus, you can go back to sleep now because I've captured it. And at that period of time as well, that's really interesting to know is that we've got low levels of serotonin, the happy chemical. So what I need is practical things that I know that will work to get back off to sleep. So 1, journaling down the thoughts.
Okay.
2, then I encourage people to set up a sleep-guided meditation on their phone because what that does is it changes the brainwave state from beta, where it's like high stress, high thinking, shifts it down into theta.
We want to go beta to theta.
Next gear change is delta, where you go off to sleep.
Okay, so we're really aiming for delta.
And so I really encourage people to download them, have your phone off, so it's on flight mode. So there's no Wi-Fi coming close to your brain while you're sleeping.
Don't look at the screen, have Wi-Fi off.
Phone down.
Okay.
And then what people will say is, Chels, at the end of the meditation, I'm still awake. What do I do then? So you're counting backwards from 1,000 back to 0. So inside your mind, because you're giving your brain something where you're concentrating enough on this one tab that is open, which is a count back, versus thinking about the 10 tabs that are currently open.
Okay.
You're going to do something that's monotonous and like that the pattern really well because it relaxes down the brain. So the mind can relax and go, okay, I've just got to get back to 0. And what it trains the brain to do is go, okay, well, I do catastrophize at night. So once I start doing this technique and tool at night, I know how to get myself back off to sleep. And the brain kind of just retrains that way.
Love the tips. The other big topic I want to explore with you now is the other part of what Megan said is the shame. She's saying she can't get out of bed. I mean, she's had a relationship breakdown. She's in her 50s. Mm-hmm. She can't go out with her friends anymore. What can you give us tips to get over that particular feeling?
The smallest, simplest step is going back to learning how to love yourself again.
And it is going, how would I talk to myself if this was my friend?
And at the start, when people are like, oh, I don't know if I could do that loving kindness, it's a very easy transition in terms of what you do. Like you just close down your eyes and the first thing you do is you think about someone that you love more than yourself.
That you really love.
And all you do is you send them loving kindness first. May you be healthy, may you be happy, may you live with peace, and may you live with ease. And you imagine that you share this beautiful warm light, almost like a hug. And so what's happening here is you're sharing a collective love out So you're getting love in and you're sharing it out, and all of a sudden your world starts to look very differently throughout the day. For other people, maybe for them, meditation is out of their realm at the moment. They're like, Chelsea, I can't even sit right now with my thoughts. And that's okay. You are, wherever you are right now, that is the perfect place to begin. And so what I say to them is it could be the micro resets. You get up in the morning, right? You, instead of looking at your phone, you think about maybe 3 things up here in your mind that you're grateful for, right? You brush the teeth, maybe with the opposite hand, standing on a different leg, because that's training the brain in a different way. Plus it's mindfulness, so not getting caught up in our thinking going, I'm a burden, I'm hopeless.
Like it, standing on one leg, that's challenging for me normally. So it's really going to change that thought pattern.
So there's tiny little things that people can do, getting outside, right? Getting sunlight onto the skin, suppressing melatonin, feeling more awake, going for a walk to your favourite coffee shop and just sitting there and mindfully having a coffee. And that could be it. That's the only thing you do differently. And you begin there and you start these small, tiny little habits, because the habits that we make today is the person that we become, right, 6 months from now.
Great advice. I'll be doing so many of them. Watch me one-legged doing journaling. I'm going to do it all. But so appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for giving me your time.